I'm backing up my truck, I'm gonna hook it up, loading up my boat with all my gear. I've been working hard all week, trying to make ends meet, spending time wishing I was fishing. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing. Gather up your gear and come along. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Join Karen Kullhem, Greg Plaggio, and me as we take you to some of our favorite fishing spots from Colorado to Minnesota, the Arctic Circle to Central America and beyond, as we revisit episodes of Mountain States Fishing and Angling Adventures Television on the best of fishing with Terry Wickstrom.
This is it. 22 season ends today.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be very tough. Well, if you've been watching, you know that the last few weeks we've been taking you through the memories of 22 seasons of Mountain States Fishing and Angling Adventures Television, trying to share the places we've taken and the things we've done. This is it. Today's the final episode on broadcast. We will be taking the shows out to the internet. You'll be able to watch them on iPads and internet-ready televisions. You know, this is the 5th week now of doing memories, and we just can't cover it all.
There's just so much, and it's so many people that are involved, so many places, so many fish, and we still didn't cover.
We didn't touch it.
Just barely touch it, and then there's still so many more places we want to go.
Oh, I know. We're still going to go.
I know.
Just because
Just
we catch a lot of fish on radio.
I
By the
know.
way, the radio show continues on. But you know, as I look through memories, and we're going to go back and forth and share some, one of my memories is working with a great videographer like yourself. You know, one of the things that made this show possible was having one of the best producers and videographers in the outdoor world working with me. And I was always so impressed, especially I think of some of the footage you shot from float planes and some of the shots you got in different aspects of just locations that were just so incredible.
And that's just it. It was so neat to be in the back country and be able to go on the beavers and the otters and float planes and into areas that nobody even lives, you know, and be able to just take footage.
Let's share some of that footage that this lady shot over the course of 22 seasons. You're awesome.
Thanks.
It was just,
I enjoyed it. It
you're a
was
great
fun.
team. Without you, none of this even exists. That's the honest to goodness truth, folks, that she was what made all this happen. As we look back at memories, though, too, we talk one that's shown up several times, but when you have a Hall of Fame fly fisherman, Bob Jacklin, one of the most famous fly fishermen in the world from West Yellowstone, catch the biggest brown trout of his life, well, you got 2 cameras running on the Madison River. I'm actually filming a video for him. We can't not include that in the final show.
No, that was something that was priceless for all 3 of us to just share together, and it's never going to be forgotten.
Obviously. Let's take a quick glimpse of Bob Jacklin catching the biggest brown trout of his life at the Madison River. Hey, here comes Bob. He'll be back here with his nymph rig like mine rigged up, and I tell you what, instead of watching me work with him, let's watch the master and see what he can do with this rig.
Oh, did you see that? I had a strike. All right, let's go up there again. Right up there, I had a little strike. That's interesting. Not much of a strike out there on anything. No, we're just working upriver here, and we're gonna. There's a good fish. I don't know what it is, but he's heavy. It could be a big whitey or a big trout, but it's a heavy fish. That's a good fish. He's taking line. Whoa, he is taking a lot of line. That's a good fish. That's one of the best fish I have out in a long time. He feels real big. This fish might be better than 10 pounds. He is a really big fish. Maybe I can land him in here. This is the biggest fish I've had on in a long time. This is a real big boy. I hope it's a trout. It looks like a trout. Oh, it looks like a steelhead. This guy's about 10-pound fish. I got him. A really big trout. Got him on a nymph. I'm not sure what. I had 2 nymphs on. Little March Brown. This is a big trout. I've caught steelhead, and this guy's as big as any steelhead I've ever caught. Come on. Come on, fella. You got to take it easy with him. He's not ready to be landed. This guy's a 10-pound brown, I'm guessing. Come on, in here, fella. In here. Come on, baby. In this slack water here. Get out of that log. Oh, this guy's a real big boy. This guy's, I can't even bring the line in anymore. I got my indicator right up to the rod. We've got a 10-pound fish. This is a real trophy. This is the biggest fish I've taken in this Madison. This guy is a real big boy. Easy. 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 See if I can get him over here a little bit in a little shallower water. Oh yeah, this guy's about 30 inches. He's as big as any steelhead as I've taken. Oh, he's better than that. He might be 15 pounds. This guy's the biggest thing I ever caught in a trout. This ought to make a show if we can land him. I can't bring my line in anymore. I got my indicator stopping my leader. This guy is a really big trout. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Whoa! There's a 15-pound fish. That's the biggest fish I've taken. That fish is gonna go 15 pounds. Look at that baby. Man, you talk about a fish. That is a big boy. This fish is probably, I'm guessing he's better than 10 pounds. I'm guessing he's 12 pounds, a big hook male. And I landed him on my new little caddis nymph I just tied, a real little caddis nymph, size 14. This is one big trout. That's the biggest trout I've gotten in my life. Look at that baby. There's a Joe Brooks fish, and I got him on that little green caddis nymph of mine, little caddis larva, right there. Look at that fish. There's one for the record books.
That's quite a fish.
Yeah, it's going to experience that
I mean, you can't plan.
You can't even talk about it because it's just, nobody believes it.
And
you know?
sharing that with him, such a quality guy. Bob is just one of the gentlemen of fishing to share that. You know, it hasn't all been fun and games, though. It hasn't always gone perfectly.
Oh, always.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what I portray when I put the shows
Good
together.
editing, but there was some hooks in hands, both mine and other people's.
And mine in the arm that you put in there for me.
I smashed a camera once in Mexico, just totally destroyed an expensive television camera.
Yeah. And then we had all the cameras because of all the moisture in places that we were at in the rain and the, tropics. Cameras don't like moisture.
A lot of things don't like moisture.
Yeah, we do have that aspect too because we did have some microphones that went under the water and I still have footage. Go watch.
He's not
Good
ready
fish.
yet.
Adam's hooked up with a nice fish. Now, normally the guides don't fish.
That's a big fish. That's a nice one. Excellent. It's probably 15 or 16 feet. Uh-oh, he's a swimmer.
Catch there right at the end of the drift.
Did you get one?
Yeah,
Well, all right. Wasn't paying any attention.
neither was I.
Way to go. Can you land it? You need me to go? Nice one.
It's a little brownie, isn't it?
I'll get down by you and I'll try to go under the water.
Oh, can I give you a hand up?
I'm okay.
Your nut's okay.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Tell you this stretch river, you just relax for a second, think about something else, and it's swimming time.
Don't try this at home. We are professionals. Lost my mic. All right, you got his.
Very funny.
I thought it was.
Barry will get phone calls
Yes,
again.
he will.
And the footage of Barry has been on TV before, but no one got to see me go under the water with a camera before, a microphone rather, but I did it twice.
Yep, you did.
You know, we did have some mishaps,
Oh, just a few.
but we also had some real adventures too.
We did, and people always stopped us all the time. And knowing how many years we've done this, it's like, you must have had some adventures. So we started thinking about it, and every time we started talking about it, we forget so many things. So we've been kind of compiling a list of different things. We started off, we have the buffalo, moose, rock climbing, which you learned how to do very well with Kirk up at Kirk's
Yeah,
Fly
thanks,
Shop.
Kirk.
Tornadoes, of course, hurricanes, water spouts, jellyfish, and
You were stung by
stingrays.
jellyfish.
Yep,
You
both
stepped on a
Stephen and I.
stingray, and you were stung by jellyfish, all on the same trip.
Yeah, within like a day of each other. So yeah, that was fun. The rattlesnakes. Gee, do you remember the rattlesnakes?
Someone set your camera tripod up in a rattlesnake den.
Gee, I wonder who that was, Terry.
I'll have to check it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. We had muskox. And of course, we had tons of bears, which we did show a little bit on some of the other shows. We had the banditos, of course. We had alligators and crocodiles. Sharks, of course.
Watch your feet, nails.
Damn it!
Oh!
Did you get that?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how
Hold on,
much
Ray.
I don't know how much you folks are going to get to see, but we had a nice snook on. What do you think, maybe 20-some inches?
Yeah.
20-some inches. Nice snook. We're in this backwater canal type areas. You've seen us open water fishing for the bigger fish. Had that snook, there's a little structure, wooden structure, metal structure that were kind of bumped up against to hold the boat in place. And shark came up 2 feet from the end of our rod and just ate that snook. Just all of a sudden the water just exploded. I mean, your heart gets in your throat in a hurry, doesn't it?
Very quick.
How big was that shark? You couldn't even tell. I mean,
6-7 feet at least.
Canoe rides.
Yeah, canoe ride. A canoe ride where this is a shoot that her and Greg went on that I didn't go on.
It was our adventure.
And well, she's going down the river in a canoe. She's got her headphones on, and the other guy who's driving the canoe has a microphone on. He doesn't know that he can hear her. She can hear him, and he's going, "We're going to die. We're going to die." So every time, yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun canoe trip, yes. And so we lost paddles and everything else on that trip. So, but anyway, we also had a lot of whitewater adventures, which was great.
If people remember that one shot in the open of the show where we take a 20-foot jet boat and it virtually goes underwater and back out again, that was unbelievable.
Then we had all those great high seas out in Seward.
But great fishing.
Great fishing.
20-foot seas, but great fishing.
I think that's where one of those hooks went in the finger.
I don't remember that.
And of course, we always had lightning. And then, of course, we had float plane rides that weren't always pretty.
Yeah, they weren't, but we made it.
A little scary. And of course, any of the plane rides we were on, we always had adventures.
Yeah. It was truly, truly a lot of adventures and a lot of great fishing, a lot of great people, and a lot of adventures. We just got to do so much. All right, as we wrap up 22 seasons on television, the last few minutes on broadcast television, what's your final thoughts?
You can put me on the spot here. I guess the biggest thing that I can come up with is we had so many, adventures. We met so many great people. We traveled to some beautiful places. We got to experience things that most people maybe do once in their lifetime.
Or never.
Or never. And that was something that I never thought I was going to do. I'm a kid from northern Minnesota who thought I'd be traveling all around carrying a camera and shooting beautiful places everywhere we went.
Awesome. You did a great job at it, too.
Thank you.
My final thoughts, there's two people I want to thank. One is you out there, the audience. We talked about our relatives. We talked about our friends over the last few weeks. We talked about the people we fished with. But if you didn't watch our television shows, listen to our radio shows,
we wouldn't be anything.
We wouldn't have done it because we did this to take you. One of the things we always did was the shows were never about us. They were about the experience. When the theme song said Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing, that's what we did. We wanted to take you fishing to a place that you could put yourself in and possibly go and do. It was never about we're great fishermen. It was always about you and you enjoying the outdoors and taking you there with us. The other person I want to thank is sitting right next to me. This lady came into my life just as we were starting television. Started working as a camera person, producer, took charge. She's my boss now. She's the owner of our production company. She not only changed and turned what was kind of a hobby into 22 seasons on national television, she became my partner in life and made the last couple decades better than I ever could have imagined they would be. Thank you.
You make me cry.
And thank you for joining us for 22 seasons of fishing. And remember, this is our last broadcast, but you can still follow us on the internet and the radio show goes on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.